I'm Mike, and I'm giving my speech at my apartment complex on a healthcare class, hanging out with friends in the summer. It was summer. One of those days I had to carry around a water bottle not to get dehydrated. I had my windows open, cool wind blowing in my face. The sound of the exhaust poured into my ears. I was driving my first car, black, shiny, and stick shift. I was going about 90. I was 16, the first of my friends to get a car, and had never been pulled over. I was driving the MATC Ford Atkinson. I had to get my certified nursing assistant license, and it was my first college class, part of a high school apprenticeship program, and the first step in getting into the program. I always knew I wanted to be in healthcare. My mother was a nurse, and so was my grandma. This was my start into a healthcare career. I had to drive nearly 120 miles of backcountry highway roads to get to my CNA and take an exploratory summer class. The roads twisted and turned out in the boonies. I was very motivated. CNA class went from 5 to 8 at night. It was a fun class. I was very interested in the material. I was the only boy in the class. The teacher was older, short lady, and had gray hair. It was a relatively easy and laid-back summer class. Most of the activities we'd practice on our classmates or a mannequin. It was a very new thing, getting used to a healthcare setting. Using wheelchairs, hospital beds, moving them around, using sheets, taking blood pressure, heart rate, ADLs, activities of daily living, medical terminology, techniques for individuals that had surgery or limited mobility, getting them ready in the morning, perineal care, ass wiping, bed baths, CPR, and this is where we learned how to handle emergency situations. Check the area to make sure it's safe. Tell a single person to call 911. Tilt the head back, check the airway. It was all very important to do all the steps, and we were tested on it, and I passed with flying colors. Then one day, after I finished my CNA class, I was hanging out with my friends Max and Chris, drinking Captain. The sun was high in the sky. We were sitting on the deck overlooking the lake. The cattails were blowing in the wind. We walked back inside to grab a snack. Max said, "I feel weird." "Whoa, dude, are you okay, man?" Max was looking at me with a blank stare. He later said I could see you, but I couldn't hear anything. He turned into a rag doll, collapsing, hitting his head on the table, falling into a lifeless lump on the floor. Shocked, I jumped over and shook him, yelling at the top of my lungs, "Max! Max, wake up!" He wasn't breathing. The color was gone out of his face. "Chris, call 911, now!" Tilting his head back, I gave Max mouth-to-mouth and chest compressions, just like I practiced on the mannequins in CNA class. My heart was racing. I looked up. Chris was standing there. I ran to call 911. I was talking to the phone dispatch. They said an ambulance was on its way. Then Max tried getting up. "Don't call." He fell against the wall, collapsing into an unconscious pile. "Hurry, he keeps going unconscious," I yelled into the phone. He slowly gained consciousness on the floor. His face was still whiter than a dead man's. The ambulance finally came and took him away. His new medication reacted with the alcohol. They said he should be dead. When I took CNA class, I never guessed I would use it that summer like this. I know I can handle stressful emergencies, and I want to continue to reach my goals to become a physical therapist. I want to know how to help injured people. Since then, I started working as a CNA and restorative aide at Oregon Manor.
Woo!